Today, I want to run you through how I got a manual action penalty removed from my website. So basically, back in March, I did a live stream where I basically got de-indexed by Google for showing loads of public case studies, right? And some of the stuff we were showing, it wasn't very well quality controlled. We always said it was an experiment from day one, and these sites would get manually de-indexed. And guess what? It took longer than expected, but it actually happened in the end. So we received a bunch of penalties like this across all of our case study websites and any sort of sites that we had in the background, totally fine. But the good news is, as you can see today, for JulianGoldie.com, the manual action penalty has been removed. Happy days, look at that, no issues detected. Now, I actually received a notification that my reconsideration request was approved for JulianGoldie.com. You can check it out right there. That's on October the 9th. Now, if you're wondering, how long did that take? March was a long time ago. You can actually see down here that we actually submitted 2 reconsideration requests on March the 12th. I think the first one I just totally messed up, and then I thought, right, I'll add some more detail on the second one, etc. So that's March the 12th, and that reconsideration request was the only one I submitted ever since. So you can see all of the notifications all the way up to October the 9th when we received the manual action removed, right? We actually had an approved reconsideration request on October the 9th. So happy days. And you can see here, if we click on Manual Actions Viewer, we got it removed. Now, in terms of what we actually did to get this, now if you're wondering, okay, what did we do and how did we fix this, etc., let me talk you through it. So the first thing we did actually was, because we were creating a lot of one-click spammy content without any sort of like quality control along the way, what I actually did was delete most of the content on this website. I would say about 80 or 90% of the content that we created. Now, this website actually started to do really well in terms of clicks. Like I think we grew it to, let's have a look, 403 clicks a day just before the penalty. It hit that peak and then it just boomed down because of the AI. Because we were showing some naughty stuff on YouTube, as you can imagine, right? And because I think that was one of the biggest reasons for this, I actually took down most of the content, as you can see. So anything I wrote post ChatGPT's release, I deleted and removed from the website, as you can see. So there's only 5 pages of blogs. Before, there was a lot more than that. And so basically, if you're wondering, okay, how do you get your website back? How do you fix this if you've got a manual action penalty? It's going to take a long time. And number 2, you might not get your traffic back even when you get the manual action penalty removed. I'll talk about that in a second, but as you can see right here, the traffic has never really recovered since that manual action penalty, even though we got the manual action penalty removed. And you can see the data only goes to Tuesday, October the 8th, but I wouldn't expect the traffic or the rankings to come back anytime soon. In fact, what we actually did straight after that update, if we search, for example, Julian Goldie, is we launched a whole new website, as you can see right here, JulianGoldie.com. And the old one is nowhere to be seen. But thankfully, they didn't take away the author panel, so that was pretty cool. Still got the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram links, etc. What's interesting as well is if you Google Julian Goldie, you can clearly see that the first result here is juliangoldie.co.uk, but it's not actually inside the author panel. Now, the other thing that we did was we disavowed a few of the spammy links that we had to our profile. And this is an interesting one. One thing that I've seen over the last year or so is, previous to this, I would have agreed with a lot of the SEOs out there who said, if you disavow backlinks, etc., then it doesn't really have an impact because Google tends to ignore the spammy links. I wouldn't agree with that anymore. What I've actually seen, and what a few of our clients have seen, because we've found like toxic backlinks in their profile and then disavowed them for them, and that actually works really well. That's working better than ever. And so I would say, if you're worried about toxic links, I've seen this for the manual action penalty on this website, but I've also seen it on a few of our clients who got a big lift in traffic after they disavowed some of the dodgy links other suppliers had built for them in the past. And so if you're wondering, should I disavow links or not? I'm not going to tell you to do it, but I would say that I've seen it have a massive impact over the last sort of 12 months. What I'll do is I'll put this into a document just so that you can understand the steps, right? And the timeline. So 7th of March, as you can see right here, that's when the penalties were released. Bear in mind, the other thing that you have to know here is if you've got 2 sites that receive a manual action penalty on the same day, so you have ownership access of inside Google Search Console, tend to get a manual action penalty as well. So it's not just going to impact 1 or 2 sites. If you get a manual action penalty across 2 or more sites, right? That's what I've seen. That's what I've heard others have the same experience of as well. And so 9th of March, received a penalty. 12th of March, submitted to manual action reconsideration requests. And if you're wondering, like, oh, how do you submit them? What should you say, etc.? Like, ours were really short. They were about 100 words or so. Super polite, plus apologetic about the whole situation. Talked about the changes that we made. And that was really short and straight to the point, right? There was nothing really magical about the response that we sent. Now, in terms of, and I think for anyone watching this, like, it's one of those situations where nobody talks about it publicly and no one tells you with proof, like, how exactly this works. I think Jackie Chow might have done that, but there's not many others out there. And so that's why I'm creating this video for you, because it's a very interesting case study that you just don't see anywhere else. Like, where are you going to find this stuff? No one's going to talk openly. No one else is really going to talk about this, right? And message short, super apologetic, talked about the changes we made straight to the point. And then in terms of the actual actions we took on the website, disavowed a ton of toxic backlinks. And when I say toxic, I don't mean like SEMrush's toxicity measure and all that sort of thing. It was like actual irrelevant, spammy links that had just come to our backlink profile naturally. Like, everyone has them in the backlink profile, and we all think, oh yeah, Google wouldn't ignore them. But actually, I don't think that was the case in this situation. And then number 2, took down all of the AI content that we didn't post ChatGPT. And that was pretty much it. Like, literally, those 2 things you can do in the morning. And if you receive a manual action penalty, you now know what to do, or what worked for us at least. I'm not telling you this is a perfect way to do it. I'm not going to start offering like a manual action penalty recovery service or anything crazy like that. But I just want to show you and document all the boring stuff that we did to get this back, right? And then literally we just shut up and wait. Took us about 7 months to get the website back. So it was October the 9th, 2024 that we got it back. And it was the 9th of March, 2024 that we received the manual action penalty. And that was pretty much it. In fact, I was never expecting to get this website back. I thought, oh yeah, it's on the VIP list. Like, we took it too far, and I probably shouldn't. And that's why we really only talk about the crazy stuff inside the SEO Elite Circle. Additionally, one thing I wanted to mention here, which is very interesting, is that the website actually got totally de-indexed when we first received this manual action penalty. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I was actually doing a live stream with Kaz Dash. Shout out to the legend himself. I was actually doing a live stream with Kaz Dash when I found out the website was de-indexed and then re-indexed whilst I was on that live stream. So documenting the whole journey, which was super interesting as well, because it was like, oh yeah, we got de-indexed, then we got re-indexed, but we didn't get our traffic back. So even though the website got back in Google's index, it would only get 4 clicks a day, sometimes 1 click a day, etc. You're not going to build an empire with those sort of numbers, mate, if I tell you the truth, right? And what I'm interested to see next, and I'll keep you posted on this if we have any cool updates on it, is whether this website actually starts recovering in rankings as well. Because as I've mentioned before, the data only goes up to Tuesday, October the 8th, which is pre-getting the manual action reconsideration request approved again. So it's going to be very interesting to see, do we get our SEO traffic back? What's going to happen next? Is it going to get clapped again? I don't know. Probably some of our case studies will. Either way, we keep making them to have a little bit of fun. So I hope that video is interesting for you. I've broken down the whole thing step by step. If you want to see the full notes from the video today, I'll plug that in my free SEO course. Links in the comments and description. This will be called Manual Action Penalty Removal. And if you want to get access to the video notes, it's right inside there. So just log into the free SEO course, go to updates, and then Manual Action Penalty Removal. What I'll also do is, if you sign up for that, I'll include inside the video notes some screenshots of the manual action reconsideration requests we sent, along with the penalty notices we received, just so you can see, okay, what does it look like, etc. What did we send? Yeah, super interesting stuff. By the way, this free course, it just comes with a redonkulous amount of free SEO training, as you can see right here, on pretty much everything you can ever imagine when it comes to SEO. Additionally, what we're going to do next as well is just submit some more reconsideration requests for our other websites that got clapped, because it'd be very interesting to see if we can get them back as well. I'm interested to see what happens next. And if you want to get more leads, traffic, and sales of SEO, feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month, generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. In this free link building acceleration session, we'll give you a free SEO domination plan. You'll discover the secrets of link building. We'll answer any questions that you have. You'll learn the best link building strategies for your website, plus how to outrank your competitors with link building and how to 10x your SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Feel free to book that in. Appreciate you watching. Bye bye.